Hi, I'm Jill from June Taylor. Did you ever want to add a zipper to a project or to your quilting project, but were a little intimidated? We have an innovative solution for you now called Zippity Do Done. It's a pre-sewn zipper that's actually sewn right into the casing. It comes in 7 different colors, and I'd love to show you how it works. To add a zipper to a pillow back, simply cut your pillow back in half, open the 2 halves, open the casing of Zippity, insert 1 half into the casing and top stitch, and flip over the other casing and top stitch. If you'd like to cover the casing of Zippity, simply cut a piece of fabric about 1.5 inches, sew that pressed edge right on the stitching line of Zippity. We have essentially covered our Zippity Do Done zipper, and that looks like this.
Get ready for some farm fresh fun with the Go Tractor Die. This 6x12 die board will work with any Go fabric cutter and is bursting with 7 unique and complicated shapes that all fit together to build the tractor of your dreams. From the basic body of the tractor to the detailed wheels, these shapes would be difficult and time-consuming to cut by hand, but they are easy to harvest using this die. You'll be building a farm full of these tractors in no time. Use them to embellish quilts, wall hangings, and more. The tractor is sized perfectly to work along the Go Camper, the Go Pickup, and of course the Go farm animals. The Go tractor is sure to cultivate your creativity because at AccuQuilt, we help you cut time so you can quilt more.
Are you ready for some fun in your sewing space? Welcome to the world of Arrow Sewing. Hydraulic chairs are a must for extreme comfort while sewing. Features include adjustable height, 360-degree swivel, perfect lumbar support, and a stable 5-star base. They even have a storage compartment in the seat. The Arrow cutting and sewing cabinets open up to give you plenty of creative space, plus handy storage solutions. These amazing cabinets come in 3 different finishes to complement any decor. Extension arms and multi-position hydraulic sewing lifts for free arm and flatbed sewing are just a few of their outstanding features. Cabinets provide storage along with extra space for cutting and pressing. No matter the project, Arrow sewing furniture is perfect to help you sit, stand, cut, sew, serge, and create. Happy sewing!
Hey quilters, today's show is all about sewing your rows together. ideas for quilting and binding your Go Grapefruit Slice Throw Quilt for this AQS AccuQuilt-Along.
We'll also cut our setting triangles and squares, so stay tuned.
Hey quilters, I'm Pam Heller, AccuQuilt's cutting expert.
And I'm Erica Botker, AccuQuilt's creativity expert.
And welcome to part 3. I was seeing if our names were right on the right side, and they were. Welcome to part 3 of the Go Grapefruit Slice Throw Quilt, AQS AccuQuilt-Along. Today we're going to show you how to cut setting squares, setting triangles, how to sew your rows together, give you ideas for quilting, and talk about binding.
That's why there's chocolate on the set.
So much.
Plus, we'll have a live question and answer all throughout the show. The team will send us the questions that you want answered.
That's right. So be sure to ask any questions you have in the comments section from wherever you stream your show, and we will answer them.
That's right. Now, quilters, in case you missed it, the earlier 2 shows for this quilt-along, we went over how to cut your fabric for the block, using the Go Tangled Star Die or the traditional cutting directions that were in the introduction blogs, tips for organizing those pieces, some possible variations, and we learned how to sew our box together.
It's beneficial to watch these shows before you start on the Go. There's a message. Grapefruit, I'm going to turn my computer down. Grapefruit Slice Throw Quilt. So be sure to check it out on AccuQuilt's video gallery, Facebook, or YouTube pages. Quilters, if you're not already a member, be sure and join the AQS Quilting Project Parade Facebook group. Eric and I are members, and we love seeing all the great inspiration and motivation. Some of you have just started cutting your blocks. Some of you are sewing your rows together. Some of you were finished 2 weeks ago.
That's right.
Okay.
We love seeing all of them.
Yes.
Now, this project uses both setting squares and setting triangles. So we want to start by cutting those setting squares.
Oh, good. I can do that.
So, and Pam, I think this is your turn.
This is my trick.
So I noticed in the pattern, it said to cut an 11.5-inch width of fabric strip, but it really only needs to be 11-inch width of strip because you only need a 1/4 inch on either side. Now, I had cut 2 already. There's my fabric, Pam.
Yep.
And she's going to cut all 4 of hers.
Yes, so that's 6 layers. So the reason that Erica talked about that is this is going to cut a 10.5-inch square.
Right.
That's going to finish to 10 inches. The Go Tangled Star block finishes to 10 inches.
Right.
Cutting, finishing, different things, right? So just measure from here to here, 1/4 inch on either side, and just cut 11 inches with the fabric. And we can always cut 6 layers. So I'm going to very carefully.
And I'm not sure how mine is laid on there. Mine might be laid on there differently underneath. You might have to check where's my fold?
Oh, such a good question. Let's find that lengthwise grain. There we go.
There.
Okay. Lengthwise grain through the cutter.
I kind of just plopped it on there. I
She
didn't pay
did.
a lot of attention.
She did. It's okay though. I'm okay with that.
Now what these setting squares are going to do in our quilt is they're going to go in between our tangled star blocks. This is going to open up some territory in the center area of the quilt that you could highlight some great quilting on. You could add some applique and or embroidery, or you could leave those out and make more of your tangled star blocks, or you could substitute different blocks, and we'll talk about that a little later.
Okay, just a reminder, the 10.5-inch square and the 10-inch square and the 9.5-inch square are, right? Can
Yes.
only go through Go Bigs.
Yes.
Go Big Electric. So if you have a cutter with a handle, this die will not fit through that cutter.
Great reminder. I love when she does my cutting for me.
I know, I talk quilt, don't I?
She does. She does.
Okay, so hold on here. So we're gonna cut it. Give it a little love. Boy, is it staticky
It's been
here.
incredibly staticky here.
And then
It's been very dry.
Slide our mat, don't lift. Are we good here? Oh, Erica, I have a string, so I'm going to.
Where did my scissors go? Here they are.
Okay. Okay.
You need them?
I got it. Here, I have one string here, so I will cut it here in a second. Okay, so here's what I want to show you where these go. All right, so these are setting squares. You only need 4 of them.
Look, isn't she nice? She's putting mine up on the design wall.
Try to help, Erica. Try to help. And then I'm going to put mine up here so you can kind of see how I'm building it. Erica already has some rows sewn together.
I sewed the corner together.
Yeah,
But
that
I
works.
need to cut some more setting triangles.
Yep, which you're going to do here in just a minute.
I am.
Okay? So see, there's tons of real estate here in the middle of this. And we're going to talk about, Erica talked about applique. Hey, it's National Embroidery Month.
Oh, that's right.
All of our purchased embroidery dies, our files are 15% off.
That's right. Okay, so
right.
you've got that cut, and you already cut, I think, some setting triangles,
So
right?
I'm going to sew. Hey, Erica, so here's the question.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you that I'm going to sew my sides first.
Yes.
And press away and then add
Yes.
the corners.
That's exactly how I did mine. Imagine that. We're thinking the same.
Okay.
All right, next up are setting triangles. Now let's talk about those because these get confusing, and I've got even more confusion for you.
Okay, before we start, should we talk about our cool set?
Yes, let's do. So did you notice we have different sewing tables here on the set? These are our brand new tables from Arrow Sewing, and we've got all different configurations. They're so great because they're really versatile, and we've got different pieces involved here. It's wonderful.
We have chairs, and you can buy Arrow products on the AccuQuilt website now.
That's right.
They're our good friends. Hi, Arrow Furniture.
Hi, Arrow.
We love them all.
So now that we've showed you how much we love our set, now we're going to talk about our setting triangle dies. So setting triangles, you can see them. These are filling in those gaps for us on the sides of our quilt when we set a block on point. And they're designed so that we can, I'll keep holding it up, so that our lengthwise grain, this is going to be the part that's on the outside of the quilt. So we want our lengthwise grain to go this direction. Otherwise, you're going to have your bias on the outside of your quilt, and it's going to be stretchy. So here's where true confessions come in.
Yeah.
So when I cut my first set, I took my die like this, and I took my acrylic ruler. I have Riley fur, my dog, all over. And I laid it down, and I added a 1/4 inch on either end and decided to cut a 15.5 inch width of fabric strip. Now here's where the confession part comes in. I didn't read the pattern, which is actually a good thing and a bad thing both, because you know what? We told you to cut it 11.5 inches in the pattern, and that's a mistake that we need to correct. 11.5 inches is not wide enough. So you need to cut it at 15.5 inches.
Well, so Erica, I have a piece. Do you want to show them?
Yeah.
Why it's wrong.
Yes.
There you
We know from experience. Now,
Read it.
no good grunge is going to go to waste
Oh my goodness.
because this is going to become binding.
Yeah.
So this is the 11.5, which we told you to cut. And unfortunately, when you lay this out with your selvage parallel to that long blade, you can see it's not long enough to cut your whole setting triangle.
Right.
This
But-
is a problem.
So you can turn it,
Right, you can turn it.
but then Erica, tell them the
If you
problem.
turn it, because I can hear you in your head, you're like, oh, just turn it and it'll cover it. Absolutely, you can turn it and cover it,
But
And this puts your stretchy part of the fabric, I'll show you, the stretchy part of your fabric on the outside of your quilt. This leads to wonky quilts, so this is not a best practice.
The whole purpose of setting triangles is to have that
The
lengthwise
whole
frame
purpose.
on the outside. And AccuQuilt did the math for you.
Right.
So we're going to post all the places that we can possibly post.
Yes, we are.
So that people are doing it correctly, quilters. But just
Yes.
keep in mind, you now need to cut, what's the amount, Erica? 15 and a half?
15 and a half. Okay. So now I'm going to line this up, and I'm going to do a fan fold over. What?
Okay, so I'm reading comments, which is hilarious. So Angela says her 5-year-old grandson is watching with her, and she's impressed that Pam and Erica's shirts match their quilt
Oh,
we're making. And I
Yes,
didn't even
we
think
kind of
about
do.
it. Yeah, we do. Good job. Way to
oh,
go.
that was
5-year-olds.
unintentional. That was unintentional. But thank you for noticing.
Yes.
Okay, I'm
That's funny.
gonna line this up. Now, don't panic. I've got extra fabric. I'm gonna use that extra fabric, but I don't want to cut a little chunk out of it. So I'm going to just, I don't think I have to have this quite as far out.
You don't.
I don't. I am gonna fold this over. Really
So
quick.
Erica's going to show you before she puts mat on.
And put the mat and
Show them so Greg can see.
just so Greg can see.
Right there.
I'm gonna fold those 2 layers over.
It's only going to cut where there's fabric and a mat. And so we don't want it to cut on that shape, so we're just going to move it off the shape.
Right, right.
Yep.
So that's what I'm gonna do.
And don't forget, these setting triangles will fit in your Go fabric cutter. We're using our Go Big, but it will fit in your Go fabric.
Yes, yes it will. Now, I needed 4 more. I fan folded once, so I'm gonna get those 4. But let me show you how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make good use of my fabric, because we love our fabric, right?
Okay, we do. And Donna H., as Erica pulls this through, wants to know what creates static on the plastic covers.
You know, they're rubbing together. It's going through an electronic device. Electronic devices create static. It's
do.
just what they do.
So slide, don't lift.
And here's my 4. Oh, there's that one little thread. There's always one in the bunch.
There you go.
Okay. There's my 4 remaining setting triangles. I'm going to set these right down here.
Yep.
Now, I've got some real estate here. So what I want to do is do a little trim work here, right?
Yes. And then we're going to,
And I, again, want my selvage to go parallel to the lengthwise blade as it goes through my cutter. So I'm going to line this up, and then I'm going to just trim this away.
you see?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm just
go for
going to trim this. What?
No, that works.
I don't want to cut.
No. I would have just
I could just
a
use
smaller mat.
a smaller mat. Okay,
Do that.
let's
And
do
then
that.
while you're there, on your way back, will you bring me your setting, my corner triangle? So I
Oh,
can sew?
certainly.
The important things that happen here, it's a team effort.
It is.
Hey, quilters, just a reminder while Erica's cutting her little corner triangles. Yeah, see, look, there you go.
There we go.
If
hold
you're,
it up for Greg.
you want to make sure that when you're pressing your blocks open, or pressing your blocks, some of you commented that your blocks weren't laying flat. I'm going to tell you the reason they're not laying flat is because you're not pressing your seams open. There's a lot of seams.
Yes, there
So
are a lot of
ours
seams.
are laying flat because we pressed them open. Hey, and last week when I was in Daytona, I actually met Ellen Alt. Hi,
Oh.
Ellen, who designed this.
Hey, Ellen. Okay,
Now,
now
delightful.
I've cut my corner setting triangles. I've got my 2, and I have some fabulous fabric to go into my scraps, which I don't mind a bit because I absolutely love this fabric and it's going to get well used.
It's
No
beautiful.
worries.
It's beautiful.
Okay, I'm going to leave that there. Now, I've already sewn what Pam's doing right now, this corner unit. So it's time for me to do my next row. And the only tricky part really to working with this is making sure you keep your pieces in the right order.
Oh my,
And you're setting triangles facing the right way.
Right. And it really helps to have a design wall.
It really
If
does.
not, if you have a spare bedroom, just lay down on a bed.
Or a dining room table, or a kitchen island, or the floor, if you're
All of
more
those
mobile than me. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do a little pinning. I know you're shocked.
I know. Okay, while you're doing that, I'm going to read a question.
Okay.
Randy wants to know, she says, I am using grunge as you both are. Thank you for joining us. If you fan fold, won't that be different colors since the grunge is lighter on the other side? So I see what she's asking. We don't have to stack it up. It's not a directional shape.
Right.
So you can fan fold back and forth, and then you'll have grunge on both sides.
That's right.
That's great. Randy, we want to know what color grunge are you using?
Oh, yes, we do.
Because some of you are making beautiful, beautiful blocks. And we are loving to see
All
them.
of you are making beautiful blocks.
Well, yes.
We want to see all of them.
We want to see all of them because next week is show and tell. And even if you just have blocks done, we still want to see show and tell.
Now, how are you pressing your rows?
I am
Miss Pam?
pressing my corner and my sides away, and then I am pressing my rows towards the setting squares.
Okay.
How are you pressing them?
Well, I hadn't started that yet.
Oh, that's
I
what
have
I'm
to
gonna
check and see what I did if I even pressed the corner.
Okay.
We're both up here going, without our shoes on here, so.
I know. Yesterday, quilters, in Omaha, it was literally 80 degrees, and I wore short pants and sandals. It snowed last night. So today I'm in long pants and boots. So you never know.
The snow didn't stick around, I'm happy to say, because I was a little,
Oh, for the love.
afeared of that.
It was going to be crazy. Okay. So look at how pretty that block looks on point. How different if you put it in rows. Some of you have put your blocks in rows like this with like sashing and cornerstones.
Yes.
And I'm loving that too, but
Well, and some quilters are skipping the setting squares and just doing more of the squares. I love that too.
somebody had completely different fabric on their setting squares. Remember that, Erica, that was like patterned?
Yes, she had like a floral.
It was beautiful.
It was so pretty. So great way to, that's another great use for setting squares, is maybe highlighting a really big print that you love.
Okay.
How you coming there?
I'm fabulous. Okay, so what I need here is another one of my setting squares.
No,
Yes.
no, you need a side, no,
I need, or I'm sorry, a setting triangle.
setting triangle.
And I have one. And then I can sew that row together. All right. So I think it's important, I know I who don't use pins,
Well, you took my scissors too.
I took them.
You did.
Here, have some.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So just like Erica said, you want to make sure you're putting your triangles the right direction.
Yes.
Oh, see, this is why we practice.
Listen,
Right?
we all do it. It's
all do it.
okay. Everybody take a breath.
Yeah. That's why you lay it out.
Yep. And sometimes rips happen.
Sometimes.
We don't like it, but we all do it. Every once in a while, do you find yourself like not paying attention because you think, I've got this?
One time, I've told you this story. One time I sewed the very first log cabin block wrong. And then I used it as my sample, and then I proceeded to sew 35 of them wrong until
So did you just leave them that way?
no, I cried real tears. And
I bet.
Okay, oh, here, let's look at questions.
Okay.
Okay, and I have to say, the best thing about setting triangles is what, Erica?
Not having to do math.
Right.
But it gives you the opportunity to set your block on point, which gives it a whole different look, right? Okay.
Okay, oh, Cindy's gonna make us do math.
Oh, dear, she is?
Cindy says, I'm using number 14 die from the 8-inch companion angles to make 2 color rectangles. Can I fold on that die? Oh, yes, you can.
Rectangles are not
Yes.
directional.
And she needs 168, so that's good. And so here's what I'm going to tell you. Measure from side to side at 1/4 inch on either side, rough cut with the fabric strips, then put your 2 colors right sides together, and then fan fold because you're going to cut them together and then you can sew them together. My computer needs a plug, which is out there. Thank you.
You know, I was going to ask about that if you needed your charger, but
Apparently, I have a new computer that I haven't.
hold on a minute. We'll get to more questions.
I don't think we have any yet.
Okay.
But let us know your questions in the comment section. We'd love to hear like what colors you're using
Yes.
and what kind of fabrics you're using.
I love this pattern because you can make it, we've seen people making seasonal ones with seasonal
Somebody
prints.
made St. Patrick's Day ones.
Yes, super cute, by
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah.
Super cute. Okay, now where
you,
they put
Kenyon.
those scissors? Okay, now I need to turn my iron on.
Okay. And last week, Erica, you must have got 87 comments about your iron. It was hilarious.
I did. Isn't it lovely?
It is lovely. We got that when we were in Cali Quilts in Northern California. Hi to Ava and her crew.
Okay, so I think I just, I did
you,
the same
Kenyon.
thing you did. I just pressed towards the setting squares and setting triangles.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Look at us doing the same thing. All right, quilters, don't forget, let us know the questions in your comment section. Oh, okay, somebody wants to know,
Yes.
does the set-in square and the set-in triangle always match the size of your blocks?
Yes, they need to.
Yeah, so these are 10-inch finished blocks, so we're going to have 10-inch. See, look, you can see where Erica pressed all of her seams open. 10-inch setting triangles, 7-inch setting squares. Gwen from Canada wants to know, hi, Gwen.
Hello.
I asked a question about the chairs you're sitting on. Are they comfortable and do they give you support? Okay, listen. Previously, before Aero Furniture was part of our team, I sat in a used office chair with sides
Me too.
at my sewing machine
Me too.
at a table.
Me too.
Then Erica and I went to Aero Furniture, which is in Wisconsin,
Yes.
and they said, ooh, come sit. Now, listen, if you're just starting, if you're just thinking, I just kind of want to dip my toe into the furniture for sewing, start with a chair. Because here on the back, here, I'm going to turn so Greg can see. Okay, so look right here, see? It gets you right here. I was sitting in an office chair, so I'm bent over like this all the time, putting my hands on the thing. But this is perfect. It supports your back, it swivels.
Lumbar support.
Lumbar support. And it's fantastic. So if you're just wanting to dip your toe in, today get just a chair.
Yes.
And they come with super cute fabrics on them, like dogs and buttons.
Oh, there's all kinds of choices. Yes.
Dogs and buttons and
Cats and
Cats and-
sewing machines and black backgrounds and white backgrounds. And
yeah, they're just great. So you can check out that Aero Furniture on the AccuQuilt website. That's
Okay,
great.
so I've got this row sewn together.
Somebody wants to know why Erica's back stitching, because Deanne wants to know.
Oh.
The reason is we're starting a new row, and these, we want our squares.
It's just, you know what, it's habit. It's habit when I start a row. I'm gonna go ahead now and sew this onto this piece. I'm so excited, because then it's gonna start really looking like.
Then it's going to look like a quilt, won't it?
Yep, it is.
I like that a lot.
It's that moment we love.
I have issues when sewing two pieces together, they are sliding. How can I stop that? Oh, pin it. Pins really do make it from sliding.
Pins are your friend. These are my current favorites that I'm using. These are, I think they're Wonder Pins. We have them on the website. Let me get the box out. You can, they are long, they're thin, they're pliable. Look at that. Look at that bend in them. I love them. They come in a nice little carrying case, convenient carrying case, but I really like them because they are very sharp, thin, and pliable.
You could.
You can. I use Wonder Clips. I use them more for when I'm doing binding, sewing binding onto a quilt, I have to admit, or when I'm sewing thicker things together. That's when I think to use my binding clips more.
Yeah.
But some people use them for everything. That's okay.
They do.
That is the beauty of it. We get to do what makes us happy
There we go.
and what works for us.
All right. So I am going to come and add my.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm just looking at what we need to do next. I backstitched here wrong, so I'm going to pull this out real quick.
Okay. Now I'm going to sew these two rows together.
Okay. All right, quilters, don't forget we have all of the questions.
And then you're gonna see me backstitch when I sew my rows together too, for sure. There is nothing to me more frustrating than pressing out my finished quilt top to get ready to quilt it and having to go back and re-sew ends that are coming apart. It just gets on my last nerve.
There are 7,000 nerves in the human body.
I thought it was 7 million.
7 million. That's true. 7 million.
And it gets on my last
Gets
one.
on the last one. All right, don't forget, ask questions.
That's right. Now, if you're ready for a second piece of furniture, I gotta say the sewing tables are fantastic.
Yes.
Now, Pam currently has her sewing machine sitting in the upright position. I've got mine sitting down below. And what we both need to do is what we need to get ordered is the acrylic. You can order from Arrow an acrylic insert that makes it flat straight across. So you can adjust this. You know, they need to know the model of table and the model of machine, and then they custom make it for you. And that way you have this big flat surface. That's
what you need.
That's what you need.
Then you're like cooking with gas.
And again, Pam and I learned things when we were in that Arrow showroom.
We did.
Harley and Jerry and Robert and everybody, they taught us a few things.
They did, and we listened carefully.
We did. Some of you may find that hard to believe.
I know. Have to see here. Okay, I'm looking more at questions. Do you sew the pieces of block together? Do you sew on the straight of grain? Because we've cut on the straight of grain, we're going to sew perpendicular to that, right?
Yeah, if you're using the dies, you don't really have to think about it because we've put that thought into it for you.
Yes, yes. Oh, look at your rows, Miss Erica.
Look at this. Isn't that pretty?
It's pretty, pretty, pretty.
Pretty, pretty, pretty.
Okay, do you want to talk about other things you could use?
Yes, so other things that you could do. So you could do, oh, I left a pin. I knew that looked funny. Okay, so other things that you could do. You know, you could get a totally different look. I'm going to Maybe I'll turn off my iron for a minute. If you just wanted to use the squares, look how different it looks. If you don't put the setting square in.
Oh, here, let
and
me
you put
grab a
this
10-inch
square.
other block.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do
but
that.
You could put something else in here as well if you didn't want just this open space, because I know some of you were commenting you didn't like the open space. The open space like this is a little bit more of a modern feel. If you're a bit more of a traditional quilter, you might feel more comfortable with that filled in with a block. Now, whether that's a matching block or another block, think about just putting a 4-patch in there. Or you could put what else is 10-inch? A rising star or a cube block.
I have a whole box of them. Okay,
Thanks.
I'm gonna take these down. Here,
Are you going to give it to me?
I'm gonna put it up here. Oh, I guess I could give it to you. Here.
Here, this is the
I'm
rising
just gonna hang it
star.
up here.
This is the rising star. Look at the difference that
That looks
makes.
fun.
That actually is really fun. I like that a lot.
That looks great. Okay, hold on here.
And that really is the color that you're wearing.
It really is.
Here's a pineapple block.
I
I like that too.
Oh, I was like, look, this fun block, but that's a tangled star.
That's a tangled star block.
But you can do
Oh, but
tangled-
pull that one out. Pull that one out, because
can-
somebody asked about that one last week. So here's the one that I cut with like a check, and I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to it. It worked just fine.
Did somebody ask about that?
Yeah, they ask about using a plaid or a directional fabric.
Okay, look at this one.
Well, that's fun.
Lotus bloom.
Lotus.
Okay, hold on. I'm super happy about.
Got anything that's like a
Do you know what that one is?
lucky star?
Yeah.
Halloween. Okay, you got to use your imagination a little bit with the fabric combinations, but that's fun. So really, you've got lots of options.
Do last one.
Okay, last one.
No,
Pickle
do this
dish.
one.
Pickle dish. Okay, no, do this one. What is this one? Oh, this is a cube block. How fun is that?
That looks fabulous.
So all different looks. All right, I will give you these to go back in.
Okay.
All right, now quilters, I need your help. So here's the thing. I did not cut out my binding yet, because I was thinking I was just gonna do the navy binding, which would be delightful, okay? I could totally take this and just do a little navy binding, a little audition time here, and it would just fade away, and that's gonna look great, right? But I think I want to do a flange binding. Here's
love
the
flange.
question. Do I want to see just a little bit of the kind of periwinkle, or do I want to see just a little bit of the teal? Now, I think I've got enough of both, so don't let that be
I
a
think
consideration
I
for
think
you.
the lighter one should be.
I'm leaning towards the lighter one, but then it's right by the light from here. Is that okay? Or would we rather pull out the teal? See, there are things to think about.
There are. Okay.
This was my
let us
first
know in
thought.
the
So this was my first thought. So this is A with the periwinkle. Then it matches, it's going to be right up next to the periwinkle here. Or, let's take that all the way out of the equation and lay this down. Do we like it better if we don't have periwinkle on periwinkle and we pull a little dot of the teal out? And I'm looking on the camera. I don't think it's going to be wrong either way.
Yeah, it's hard to kind of see that.
So,
Okay.
okay, so let me know what you think.
Okay, let us know. You also want to check out the AccuQuilt blog, because the lovely Erica will have a post each Wednesday during the Quilt-Along going over the details from the day's events. Be sure to sign up so you'll be notified whenever the blog post goes live. And tell us about AQS. What are they doing?
Yeah, so AQS is going to be updating their initial blog post. So their original blog post, every week they're going to add on pictures and more blog content to it.
Yep. Okay. So let's talk about quilting options here. I'm going to sew this last thing.
Oh, okay.
Let's talk about it for a minute.
Okay.
Erica. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking, well,
I mean, you could do
There's so
stitch
many
in a ditch.
options.
You could do all over quilting. You could take it to your favorite quilter. I think I am going to take it to my quilter, Christina, and see what magical things she would do. I think because it's so stark with the lines that I want her to do something soft like flowers or feathers or
and it's very springy. Now with mine, again, it's very angular. I was thinking about doing straight line quilting. What?
I think you should do snowflakes in the blue.
Oh, yes.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, could do snowflakes.
Because it's wintry colors.
It is wintry colors.
And
It
you're
is
in your
wintry
blue
colors.
phase
But
right
I
now.
might not want to, I mean, I might want to hang it up now and it's like leaving
Well, tomorrow
that-
it could snow. I mean, we do live in Nebraska.
Okay,
out
so
there.
again, let me know what you think. I was thinking about doing cross-hatch straight line quilting.
And are you going to do it in dark thread? Or light
Probably.
thread.
Probably dark or a variegated, I don't know.
I want
I'm-
Christina to do it like in yellow.
I thought about doing just an all-over meander, which I could do on my machine, and then I might pick a lighter thread. So I've got here, I'm gonna pull some of this out. Kind of a bluey gray, but it's lighter.
Oh, there you go.
Here. It would kind of disappear in a lot of it. It would stand out though in the, it would show up in the blue, but it wouldn't be like in your face.
Yeah.
So when you're auditioning thread, this is a really good thing to think about. When you're auditioning thread, you always want to pull it off the spool, because laying the spool next to it doesn't really tell you much, right?
No, it doesn't. You want to lay it down.
So this has got thread that matches this
this teal.
tealy color.
And look how it has swirls. I think I want Christina to do swirlies on mine
So now I'm second guessing.
with maybe yellow or something. Because the backing, I don't know. I think I'm going to have to piece it.
Yeah, I don't have backing.
So many questions.
So many
Oh, speaking of questions, here, let's.
Yes, questions.
Somebody said, I only managed to finish the row house runner tape recently. That's okay. It was last year. We're happy you joined.
Yes.
I sew much better. Hold on here. Oh, hold on. My computer switched. I can't see the other ones. Oh, is it too late to join? No, no, no. Just
No.
join. Just join.
Well, you know what? And you can do any of the ones we did last year too, because those are still, all those videos, all those blogs can still be found.
Yep.
You can jump in anytime.
Yep.
People are always, and that's one of the things I love about this AQS Quilting Project Parade Facebook group. People are always jumping on with projects that they finished, you know, that they started last year. We all have UFOs. We can admit it. It's a safe place.
Just own it.
It's a friendly, warm community. Nobody, no judgment.
Yeah.
Just
start.
start whichever project whenever you want, whatever's gonna make it happy for you.
Miss Barbara
Yes?
says she is 5'10", and the chair hits her back differently. Is the back movable height? Brock?
The back is not, I don't believe, a movable height. But I will tell you that my bestie, who is also a quilting, other than Miss Pam, who is also a frequent sewing partner of mine, is 6 feet tall. And she got one of these chairs and she absolutely loves it. Now, yes, it does hit her differently. What's different is it is hydraulic as far as the chair itself.
Yes.
So like I'm sitting in mine all the way up. Pam is sitting with hers
In the middle.
in the middle.
Yeah.
So that the up and down of the whole chair, the back doesn't. But Judy finds hers to be very, very comfortable. And if you're in doubt, go to a local quilt store and see if they carry the Aero chairs and take it for a test run.
Yeah, or check out like quilt shows in your
Yes.
local area. They're always there. Great idea. All right, Sandra B wants to know, would you hand stitch? Never.
You
So
know,
thank you for asking.
okay,
Erica would.
I would. I did hand quilt a very small quilt one time, and I've been kind of thinking about doing it again. And in that case, now I would hand quilt like a modern hand quilt, not a traditional hand quilt. And by that I mean, it used to be like, oh gosh, I think they used to try and get like 10 stitches to the inch. Quilting stitches, teeny tiny little stitches. Modern hand quilting is a bigger, chunkier look.
Yeah, it is. It's just.
And I would be tempted to do that on this one.
There you go. All right. Elsie wants to know, is this a block from a bob, or did you make it from your cube? No, it is a block on board, a bob die. It's called the Go Tangled Star. It's available on the AccuQuilt website and from your local retailer.
But if you don't have a cutter yet and you want to still try it out, you can go back to the introduction blog and you can download a free paper template.
You can.
To traditionally rotary cut it. Now, I'll tell you that some of our quilters have found, after trying both, they're way happier when they can die cut it. There's just, the precision of the die cutting just can't be beat, quilters.
That's
it
fabulous.
just can't be beat.
Okay, here's people weighing in on Erica's flange.
Okay, what are we
Janelle
hearing?
says she wants the teal is the flange. Elizabeth says the lighter one. Pamela says the lighter one. Betty said, how about the white?
Oh,
There you go.
I didn't even think about that. I was just so firmly in the blue.
Amber says she just likes our quilts. They're beautiful. Thank you.
Thank
we love
you.
them. Donna says the teal. Elizabeth said maybe you want to embroider a star in the empty space.
Could,
You could do that.
yeah.
Okay, Connie wants to know, I'm using the pineapple block, Kimmy Miller's texting me here, to make a 20-inch pillow. What would be the way to quilt the 4 pineapple blocks? I'm going to tell you, pineapple that same way, right? It's so stark that you either want to do stitch in a ditch or you want to do wavy.
Yeah, I'd be tempted, especially for a pillow cover,
Yep.
to just kind of meander.
Yep.
Just kind of free motion quilt, if that's a happy place for you.
Okay.
I like doing that. Not everybody does.
Okay, before we end, don't forget if you have last questions, we want to announce some winners for today's giveaway. But before we do, hold please.
Yes?
Hold on here, hold on. I got to find it. Oh, there we go. Oh, no. There we go. Okay, so I was just at AQS Daytona. Huge shout out, first of all, to Cut Up and Sew, our retail partner there. Jeannie Miller was there.
Oh,
I hugged
wow.
her a lot. She's my dear friend. Adam Sofun was there. He's just terrific.
He's been doing some fun things with our
He-
English paper piecing cube, isn't he?
He has. I met Ellen Alt, all the fun things. So if I met you in Daytona, thank you. It was so fun to hang out there and lunch. But we have some winners from Daytona. So I'm just going to announce those here on our show today. So don't forget, quilters, when you go to our AQS shows, we're going to let you take a survey, just a basic quilting survey. And then from that, we just pick random winners for different prizes.
Well, that's fun.
Teresa H. won a Go Me, a strip die, and a mat.
Fun.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. I wonder if it's her first cutter. Oh, that's so exciting.
Oh, that is. Holly V. won a June Taylor Shopper Tote Kit. Those are great.
Those are. You're
Don't
going to
forget,
have
we have
fun with
lots
that.
of things. We have placemats and totes and mug bags and stuff on our website that all those fun June Taylor projects.
Yes.
Quilt as you go.
You know, if you've got orphan blocks left over from this, if you made an extra block by mistake, you could work it into one of those totes.
You could. All right, then we had 5 winners of $50 in AccuQuilt reward points.
Wow.
The winners are Vivian M., Michelle P., Cheryl B., Effie H., and Norma C. You will receive emails, all the winners, from Ray at AccuQuilt, and she's going to email them to get your information so we can send you your product.
That's
I think
fantastic.
it's fabulous. Okay.
Yay!
But we have a winner today, too, for today's giveaway.
That's right, we do. We're giving away some reward points, right?
We are. $100.
Okay, all right. The lucky winner from today's show for $100 in AccuQuilt reward points is, let's have that drum roll. Vanessa L. from Dibble, Oklahoma.
Yay,
Congratulations.
Vanessa. Hey, listen, Vanessa, I have already put those $100 of reward points onto your AccuQuilt account associated with the email you registered for. So don't forget, that's why you want to register for our shows. We give stuff away every week.
Well, what kind of binding are you going to do? Are you going to do like a pink?
I'm just going to do a hot pink binding, just the normal.
Just normal flat binding?
Normal 2.5-inch strip binding.
This is what happens when I overthink.
I know.
I think the flange though, but the white, now
I know.
Because we kind of had a tie here.
You kind of did.
We kind of had a tie. The
Yeah.
white was kind of the wild horse. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll
Well,
have to
and the
see.
nice thing is, Erica has this great tip. She always says, cut your binding while you're cutting out your fabric, because then when you're done, you have binding, which I did. So.
And I didn't this time because I wanted to wait and see. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do.
Okay,
This is how I get in trouble.
there you go. Hey, quilters, don't forget it is National Embroidery Month. If you go to the AccuQuilt website, 15% off our 4-purchase embroidery files that last until the end of the day tomorrow, because we want to, what's the catchphrase? Applique more, what is it? In
An extra day to applique.
There we
Because
go.
it's leap year.
There we go. And don't forget, we have plenty of other special offers available if you're on our website.
So to get that order in, open a new tab on your browser, type in AccuQuilt.com/party. You'll see current deals. You can place your order. Do you have any last minute questions for us?
Yep.
Okay.
So, hi, Chris Marchini.
Chris, hi.
Chris says he is 6'2". He should sit in one. Next time
Yes.
you go to a show, Chris, sit in an arrow chair and then
Yes.
let us know. And thank you for my present. Chris was at,
You got a present?
I got a present. He was at QuiltCon last
Did
week.
he make you a shirt?
No. Where is my hat? Don't even get me started there. No, but yes, on one of his shows recently, he was talking about those great June Taylor placemats and how you
Yes.
can make pillows and all of those kind of things. And so he made me a little June Taylor pillow that has the tractor appliqued on it and Valentine fabric.
Aw.
It was very lovely.
How
Again, he brought
cute.
it back from QuiltCon. So huge shout out to so many of our people who went to QuiltCon.
Oh,
And
yes.
don't forget, we have 4 new dyes that released this month. We have the Go Lemons, the Go Mushrooms, paper dolls, and paper clothes. They need to go together.
Yes,
And you can find those on the AccuQuilt website.
that's right.
Okay, last question.
Yes.
Let's see. Someone says they have never seen our cutters in action. So you have lots of options here.
Yes.
You can go to the AccuQuilt website. We have videos there. You can go to our YouTube channel. They go there. I would tell you, Rebecca, to find, go to the AccuQuilt website and look for your local retailer and go in and say, hey, show me how to cut
Show me how
fabric.
this works.
Yep,
So
and they can give you pricing and everything.
on the website, and I don't know if you all knew this or not, but on the AccuQuilt website, in the top right-hand corner, there is a store locator button. You can go in there and you can pick up to a 200-mile radius to click on, and it'll pull up a map and show you the stores. And just, you know, give them a call and say, hey, do you have a demo day coming up? Do you have, or just walk in the door? But yeah, check with those stores and they should be able to help you. Otherwise, a lot of times at shows, retailers will go and they'll take the product to sell.
Yep.
We had people selling, Cut Up and Sew was down in Florida, and at QuiltCon we had Loving Stitches was there demoing, so that's another great place to go to
If you're,
see it in action.
headed to Missouri Star Quilt anytime soon, I will be there next Wednesday. So Erica will be doing show and tell by herself.
That's right.
But I can show you next Wednesday if you're in the Missouri area and want to come to Missouri Star Quilt.
That's right, Hamilton.
Hamilton, Missouri. And I go to St. Joe and turn left. That's how we get there. All right, quilters, it's time for us to get ready for our next show. We hope that today's show is just what you needed to inspire you to sew your rows together to finish your quilt top for the Go Grapefruit Slice Throw Quilt.
See you next time.
Thanks so much for watching. To learn more about your quilting craft, be sure to follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel for live events every Tuesday and Wednesday. You can check out the events page on the AccuQuilt website for more details on upcoming shows. And if you're looking for even more inspiration, visit our blog for exclusive tutorials filled with tips and tricks. And remember, at AccuQuilt, we help you cut time so you can quilt more.
Join us every Tuesday at 12 noon Central Time for launch parties and trunk shows. These events are filled with tips, tricks, and inspiration. Next time, we'll be releasing the March Die to Try. You'll want to tune in and see if you've won a prize that we give away during the shows.
And be sure to join me every Wednesday at 12 noon Central Time for AccuQuilt Live. We have tons of fun. Next time, the lovely Erica will be hosting Show and Tell for the Go Grapefruit Slice Throw Quilt. You don't want to miss it.